What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. What's up, Matthew? What's up, John D? Y'all come on in. What's up, Anu? What's up, Miss Pat? Y'all come on in. What's up, M-Town? What's up, Rosa? Alright, we'll give them another minute, y'all. We'll get started. What's up, Diamond? Alright. How about we begin? How about we go and get it in? Yeah, come in when they come in. Now, title of this lecture is 33 degrees. A lot of people have been asking me to decode Masonry. So this is my lecture on it. We're going to get it started. So let's start out with the basic. What is Masonry? Masonry is the esoteric science of building up yourself. You see what I'm saying? By becoming erect/elect. You see what I'm saying? It's a play on words. So that's what Masonry is about. It's about building you. It's about building you. You know, in Masonry, you build you like how you would build a house. The foundation first, then you put up the walls, then you put in the roofs and windows, then you put in the electrical work, electrical wiring, pipes and everything, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much the analogy in masonry when you dealing with building. You see what I'm saying? When you dealing with building. So now, what's up, Chris? So now, if you break the word mason down, it breaks down to ma son or ma son, or mother's son, or our sex champion, which is Heru. So you're dealing with the son. Because, yeah, the first 33 degrees is you. The first 30 degrees is you as a baby growing up. And we're going to get into that in a second. Where did masonry come from? It was originally created by the Moors. You see what I'm saying? You know, by the Moors. I think Scottish Rite came around 1300, 1400, you know, somewhere up in there. Between 14 and 1600, I forget when Scottish Rite popped up. But yeah, it was created by the Moors. See what I'm saying? Mainly Christian Moors in this sense, because you know, they had banished Islam from Europe at this point. So yeah. So the Islamic Moors had already been kicked out of Moorish Spain. So why was masonry necessary? It was designed to help civilized Europeans at the time. That's why it was created. You see what I'm saying? We didn't need 33 degrees. We got taught that during our childhood by our forefathers and foremothers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we didn't need you know, no masonry at the time. They needed masonry. They needed to learn the first 33 degrees and how it works. So next, from this idea was born Scottish Rite Masonry. You know, from this situation of working to civilize a lot of Europeans at the time in Europe. They created Masonic orders to speed up their process. You see what I'm saying? The Masonic orders at that time was akin to mystery schools. You see what I'm saying? In Europe. So now, the science of masonry. Let's get into it. You know, you can go and research the history of masonry, you know, Scottish Rite, all that, when you feel like it. We just gonna get into mainly the science of it today. Now, the first 32 degrees is you coming out of a cryogenic sleep, like Wesley Snipes did in Demolition Man, in the movie Demolition Man, if you've ever seen it. So yeah, Wesley Snipes was asleep. He was from the old world, i.e. the realm of the Lord, the world of the Lord self. They brought him back, and then he was programmed with many different techniques because his melanin was activated, meaning skills. So yeah, he was able to do all type of cool shit, hack, martial arts, everything. The man was a monster in the movie. The man was a monster in the movie. So now, it gets good when you finally get to 33 degrees. You know, like I said, the first 32 degrees is you waking up, coming out of a cryogenic state, that freezing state, that state of hypothermia. You see what I'm saying? That state of hypothermia, that state of calcification. Finally, 33 degrees, you are now warm enough to awaken. Now, 33 degrees represents the 33 vertebrae on the spine, which you must climb up to get into your heavenly mind, which is simply the brain and the crown and the third eye. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. Now from 30, next is 36 degrees. Now the 36 degrees tells you about your three magi in your mind, which is your pituitary, pineal, and hypothalamus glands. You gotta know about those, because once you climb out of your spine into your head, then you gotta understand what you activate. You see what I'm saying? What you activate, and you activate your three magi. What's up, David? What's up, Beyond? You activate your three magi, which would be your inner genie. So you see your inner genie, your inner wizard. So yeah, so this you got going on. From 36 degrees to 45 degrees, you begin to tap into your cosmic consciousness more. Thus, why 45 degrees is an acute angle. You see what I'm saying? It's represented by acute angle. The acute angle means you're becoming sharper. You see what I'm saying? You're becoming more refined. But you still got a long way to go. A long way to go. So from 45 degrees to 90 degrees, you continue to build your consciousness and purge the bullshit of your shadow consciousness that was in there. In this period, you deprogramming, reprogramming, and programming, unlearning and learning as you go on. So this probably takes the longest period for most people. You see what I'm saying? For most people, especially most men. So this period here, you usually flipping out, you mad. You trying to break all them programs, all that bullshit out your mind, and you relearn everything, doing what you need to do to grow. What's up, Mavro? So next, from 90 degrees to 180 degrees is the erection process, where you are starting to become a grand architect of the universe. So the midpoint between that is 120 degrees. Now you can go and get the 120 lessons from your NOI homies and 5% of homies. And those lessons there are already telling you how to become this supreme melanated man. Already. You see what I'm saying? That already comes with it. Right? So now, let's continue here. That already comes with it. So 120 degrees, go get them lessons. Go get them 120 lessons. Next, you move into 180 degrees, which is horizontally, you dealing with your sexual energy, which is the penis, the phallus, dick. See what I'm saying? And vertically, you're dealing with the spine. See what I'm saying? Which means you are erect and your phallus is strong, and you have become a true and living grand architect of the universe. So that's what 180 degrees represents. See what I'm saying? Now, what do you do next? First, you build your foundation, and because once you achieve 180 degrees, now what do you do with it? Because that's the question next. Like, what do I do with this? What's up, James? What do I do with this? The first answer is, first you build your foundation and stand on your square, which equals 180 degrees, or 90 by 4. You see what I'm saying? 90 by 4. So your square, your foundation is the information you've already received and refine it. And you can use this information to actually build in the real world, whether it be for construction, whether you're building your own websites and internet and so on, so forth, building your own businesses, working on investing, whatever. You can range anything from knowledge to actual programs that you're using to build your reality. So yeah, so that's the square. That's represented by the square. 180 degrees, 90 by 4. The final level of your magnum opus, or your great work, which is last for great work, is to produce your Metatron's cube. Now, which is 24 by 90, because Metatron's cube has 24 right angles, or 90 degree angles, right? Which is 24 by 90, which equals 2,160 degrees, which is the supreme state of melanated masculine consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Metatron actually means, the word Metatron actually means beyond the subatomic quantum realm of consciousness. You see what I'm saying? And you're transitioning and beyond this into the realm of antimatter, aka tapping into them Higgs bosons known as the God particle, which is the realm of melanin. You see what I'm saying? The ram of melanin. Yes, the ram of melanin. So. And there's levels even beyond that ram, but for this sake, we're just gonna stop there. Now, who is Metatron? He is the archangel who watches over the flow of energy, the force in creation, and provides a connection to the divine. See what I'm saying? To the divine. So let's stop there for a second, give you some pictures. This is Metatron's cube. Right there. You've never seen an image of it. This is Metatron himself. Melanated man. And this is him in a cooler, more cloaked version of it. What's up, Cheryl? What's up, Diana? So let's continue here. So Metatron equals the grand architect of the universe, who is the black man in his supreme state of God consciousness, for the most part. As the master, he's in his supreme state of God consciousness as the master of the universe, who is vibrating mentally, spiritually, and soulfully at 2,160 degrees, or 24/90. Go watch the Tron movies if you want to see your Masonic journey to becoming the metaphorical Metatron. See what I'm saying? That's what those two movies were about. It was about you becoming Metatron. See what I'm saying? About you becoming Metatron. So now there's levels beyond what you know is standard masonry, which is the Shriners. But really the Shriners are like the the Islamic version of it. You know, they kind of go more into the Christian side of it in masonry, but the Shriners are more the Islamic version. And once you get to those levels, it's all about developing and harnessing your inner God forces, Orishas, the Nidoru, Anunnaki, and all ancient American gods, etc., etc. Ancient Asians, the East Indians, the Russians, or the Kokian gods, and Australian gods as well. So yeah. So next, usually you go on to learn both wizardry and jade sciences / the kinetic arts. Once you realize that you are God. See what I'm saying? So once you realize that you are God. So Metatron's cube also includes the 5 platonic solids, which are the 5 elements, hidden inside of it, symbolizing the underlying geometric patterns found throughout the universe. So they're telling you are the universe. You are the universe. Masonry is about you becoming the master of the universe as far as the masculine energy. You see what I'm saying? The masculine energy. Now, one thing I want to talk about, a little side information here. Yeah, we're going to talk about it right here. As you well know, the grand architect of the universe, which y'all probably never ever seen before, pretty much a black man creating the universe with his right hand. Now you've heard stories of the great architect of the universe creating the universe with his left hand. This is the white man. This is where masonry becomes corrupted. That's a lie. No man really creates with their left hand. Every man builds with their right hand. See what I'm saying? So let me tell you what's going on here. Let me tell you why that's a distortion, a distorted teaching. This is especially I want y'all to listen to this more women than because it affects you more than it affects us. But it affects everybody because of this. The right hand is masculine energy, right? It's masculine energy. Masculine energy builds. Feminine energy creates and generates. You see what I'm saying? Thoughts, ideals, formulas, concepts, archetypes, sigils, so on and so forth. Symbols, signs, omens. That's the feminine energy, right? That's the feminine energy. What's up, charisma? And like I said, the right hand builds, constructs, measures, accounts, calculates. You see what I'm saying? And plot for the most part. You see what I'm saying? Plots. So if the melanated man is building with his right hand, then of course the melanated woman is supposed to be creating with her left hand. Because the left hand is feminine energy. You see what I'm saying? It's feminine energy. So y'all tell me why they got a white boy creating with his left hand in Scottish Rite Masonry. Then this is where it gets distorted. The black man creating with his right hand, but the white boy is creating with his left hand. Let me tell you why this some bullshit. What's up, Camlish? What's up, Kettle? Let me tell you why this some bullshit. It's some bullshit because you seeing the image of the white man creating with his left hand is you seeing the image of a being that has taken the place of another being who's supposed to be doing that job. The melanated woman is supposed to be the one creating, but the white boy usurped her, and he is creating for her in a false position. Oh yes. This is where masonry goes wrong. When they start showing you that it's a white man creating with his left hand, and the black man is creating with his right hand, that's correct. That part is correct. The black man's supposed to be creating with his right hand. Every time you see, most of the time, the black man having a sword in his hand, there's a weapon in his hand, he's right-handed. He's supposed to build, operate, and destroy with his right hand. That's masculine energy, right? That's why you don't see too many left-handed unless he's wielding two weapons or whatever, right? He dual wielding, which ain't nothing wrong with that. But usually, when he's only using a singular weapon or two, he's using his right hand because the right hand is masculine energy. The left hand is feminine energy. So the woman is supposed to be creating with the left hand. She's supposed to have the magic. You see what I'm saying? That's the magic. The white boy is creating, as you've seen in the picture, he's discharging light from his hand, plasma, solar force from his hand, from his left hand. That's supposed to be the black woman doing that, y'all. You know white boys don't create no fucking pyramids. Y'all know that. Only black men and women do that. You see what I'm saying? Only black men and women do that. So if he was to generate anything out of his hand, it would be a square. Because all his buildings are square. You see what I'm saying? So this is where the bullshit comes in. What's up, Gold? What's up, Joe? This is where the bullshit comes in to play. Perfect example, the Matrix movie. Let's check that out. Make sure this phone ain't getting too hot. Perfect example. Come on. Check this out. Listen to this conversation between the oracle and the architect. So y'all can hear the tension between them, right? Y'all can hear this little friction between the oracle and the architect. See, the Matrix got that shit ass backwards. They got the architect sitting on his throne watching over the universe when the oracle is supposed to be doing it. The architect is supposed to be the one out there in the streets building, teaching, doing what needs to be done to keep the world stable. The woman is supposed to be the one sitting on her throne overseeing everything, watching everything, changing the formulas when needed. You see what I'm saying? Because women created math. Men didn't create math. Women created math to chart originally created math to chart their lunar cycles. You see what I'm saying? So women created math, so she's supposed to be the one calculating and doing the formulas and doing the measurements and everything so that existence can function properly. Men are supposed to build whatever she calculates. You see what I'm saying? After she's done with the equations and everything, she passes to the man. The man go out there and find different alchemical ways of creating from those formulas. See what I'm saying? Creating from those formulas, using his physics to create from those formulas. You see what I'm saying? Both quantum and classical to produce something out of those equations. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on here. This is what you got going on. So this is what's happening here. This is why we created math. That's why women created math anyway. That's what it was needed for. That's what it was needed for. They needed to calculate. They had to measure this new moon that popped up out of nowhere. That's why they had to measure it, because the moon was affecting the world. You see, they quickly found out that this new moon, this space station that popped up in the sky, was affecting our world. Because originally Mother Earth had 3 moons that we already knew about. You see what I'm saying? That we already knew about. But this new moon that popped up was actually affecting the world too. So, let's continue here. Now, what y'all didn't know was that the oracle and the architect are at war with each other. Check this out.
The Matrix universe is filled with unanswered questions. The complex characters, stories, and symbolisms are just begging to be analyzed and studied. The creators of this intriguing universe, the Wachowskis, once affirmed that they were tired of watching simple films that answered all the questions by the end, not leaving room.
Damn, there it again.
This is why they created the Matrix with a level of depth that is still being discussed 2 decades after its premiere. Thanks to its complexity, there is still many unanswered questions. And that is precisely the reason why we created this channel, to analyze every little detail and theorize their meanings. One of the most important conflicts in the Matrix is the battle between the Oracle and the Architect. Are these programs competing for their self-interests, or are they working together towards a common goal? Looking back at everything that happened in these films, we could reach a conclusion as to what is the true purpose of these 2 programs. Is the Oracle a program that fights for humanity, or does she work in conjunction with the Architect? Welcome to Matrix Explained. Let us begin with a simple question. What did the Architect mean when he says to the Oracle, "You played a pretty dangerous game"? As perplexing as this line might be, it could be the key to the nature of the Oracle-Architect rivalry. We've theorized that the Oracle does work for, or with, the Architect. She is the one who guided Neo to the source without warning him about the Architect, the anomaly, or his predecessors. She built up the relationship between Neo and Trinity. She did not warn Morpheus about Cypher's plans, etc. There are many more reasons why we can deduce that the Oracle had her own goal, and it wasn't the well-being of humanity. Every choice that Neo made led him towards the Architect. The same choices that the Oracle influenced. Without a doubt, we see both the Oracle and the Architect working towards the same goal. But to what end? Well, the Matrix result of the action of two artificial intelligence competing against each other. One AI creates pictures of human faces, and a second AI is in charge of detecting which photos are created by computer and which are real. The computer-generated photos that look fake are deleted. These two programs learn from each other. The first artificial intelligence became an expert in drawing human faces, while the second artificial intelligence in turn became an expert in detecting fake photographs. The result of this experiment were photographs that looked real, like if they were taken by real people, but they were actually computer-generated drawings. The existence of these two competing AI programs had achieved near perfection in creating human portraits. This is known as a generative adversarial network. It is a type of machine learning where two neural networks compete against each other in a zero-sum game, where one's gain is the other's loss. This helps each AI to learn from their losses. Now, how does this apply to the Oracle and the Architect? The Architect's job is to find the balance in the equation, and the Oracle's job is to imbalance it. Here we have two adversarial AIs that are learning from each other. This is the function of the generative adversarial network. Saying that the Oracle and the Architect are enemies is absurd. Both are fundamental parts of the matrix. They are the father and the mother in search of perfection. Please. So what did the Architect mean by saying that the Oracle was playing a dangerous game? Although these two are working together, the Oracle's actions evade the Architect's logical reasoning. As we've mentioned in previous videos, the Oracle allowed Smith to assimilate her, thereby putting at risk the Matrix and the real world. And this is what the Architect was referring to. The father could not understand the mother's logic or reason for allowing herself to be assimilated by Smith, taking such a dangerous gamble to try to implement change in the equation. You played a very dangerous game. Change always is. The word game is the definition of the generative adversarial network. The Oracle is a stress program. It was created to test the new version of the Matrix, manipulating everything in its favor, searching for flaws, and competing with the Architect, perpetuating the emergence of the integral anomaly, returning it to the source, restarting the simulation, and repeating the cycle. The Oracle will again search for issues in the new version of the simulation, and the Architect will create a new version with improvements. Though this cycle has been broken in Matrix Revolutions, the Oracle said that change always is, as in dangerous. Regardless of her efforts, the peace she helped establish was not going to last. The Oracle added something new to the equation: peace. She helped the Architect by adding choice and love to the equation. And now with this third edition, the elusive 100% effectiveness is ever closer. This is the first time that the Matrix was not completely reset. It was updated. A patch was added to fix some of the errors in the operating system, but it wasn't a factory reset. The Oracle knows that the Architect is close to achieving his goal. This is why he agreed to the Oracle's request to let out anyone who wanted to leave the simulation. This cooperation is not only due to Neo's sacrifice, but also to the fact that the Oracle has managed to implement changes into the simulation, increasing its effectiveness. The Architect does recognize that she is improving the simulation. Although perfection of the simulation is the ultimate goal, it is unachievable because Neo is still alive. There are also exiled programs inside the new version of the Matrix. The existence of the Merovingian and his followers represents corruption in the simulation. After all, the Matrix was only patched. It is not a new version, so we may see the equation losing its balance once again in Matrix 4, caused by a new system error that neither the Oracle nor the Architect could have foreseen. But do you agree? What do you think is the true purpose of the Oracle and the Architect? Are they adversarial programs working together to improve the simulation?
He right or wrong. They are at war with each other. And yes, there is a mother and a father of the Matrix. You know, they got a cyber Sophia, just like they got a cyber Yahweh. But in the case of metaphysical us, then the oracle is in the wrong position. The oracle is supposed to be one on her throne, fixing everything with her intuition. And the architect is supposed to be one plowing the earth. She reversed that shit on you. See what I'm saying? The architect will be one out here in these streets getting it. You see what I'm saying? Why you got your feminine principle out here in the streets, goddamn, doing all this work while your ass sitting on the throne chilling, smoking a blunt and shit? See what I'm saying? Why is she not sitting on the throne and you not out here in these streets getting it? You see what I'm saying? Changing the world. So it's reversed. It's a reversed energy. That's what you gotta understand with what's going on here. This is why they at war. The oracle secretly knows that she in the wrong position, even if she is a matrix program. And they are working together, but they are warring with each other at the same time, because, you know, they both work together to keep the matrix going in that sense. But she secretly knows from just watching humans that, wait a minute, I think the feminine principle out of place. And she is out of place. She's supposed to be doing what the oracle, what the architect's supposed to be doing, and he's supposed to be doing what the oracle's supposed to be doing. See what I'm saying? Now they make it look like that she generating chaos or unbalancing the equation, you know. But she didn't have to get off her throne to do that. She could have did that from her throne. You see what I'm saying? And whenever she unbalanced the equation and also the formulas to create a new realm, then the man's supposed to solidify that transformation by plowing the earth and doing what he needs to do, by building. You see what I'm saying? Organizing and destroying in the physical. So this is what you got going on here. What's up, Will? What's up, Dawson? What's up, everybody else that came in? So yeah. So this is what you got going on. So this is the lie that they show you in Masonry. The woman is supposed to create the world with her left hand, not the white boy. That's the lie. That's what the lie is at right there. And the black man creates with his right hand. You see what I'm saying? He creates with his right hand. He builds with his right hand. My bad. The black woman creates, and the black man builds. You see what I'm saying? He constructs. He organizes, and he even destroys so he can create and organize more. So yeah. So this is the lie of the program. See what I'm saying? They got a false entity doing the work of the feminine principle when she is very highly capable of doing her own work. And you see this in society. They got fucking transgender programs out here in positions of power, like in American Gods. This nigga transforms into a transgender woman. And I told y'all, like, why he chose a black woman, it was actually a transgender man who has had a sex change into a woman. You see what I'm saying? So you seeing this? This is what you seeing with that transgender program. It's really transhumanism. That's what it's really called. What you seeing with that transhumanism is you are seeing the white boy doing his best, or these archonic white boys in power doing their best to distract the woman from the fact that she's supposed to be the one creating this shit. And cause he doesn't, of course, he naturally doesn't want to give up his position of creating, cause it's comfortable up there on the throne. You feel me? It feel good sitting on the throne all day. But the woman is supposed to be sitting on the throne, and the man's supposed to be out shit getting it. You see what I'm saying? In the old days, in the ancient world, the pharaoh is out here at war, out here building, out here fucking shit up. You see what I'm saying? Out here doing what's necessary to keep the kingdom / queendom safe. You see what I'm saying? The empire safe. Not in this new perverted world. You got this white boy, this white man who is doing things in society that's a perversion. You know, it's really archons who's possessed these motherfuckers for real. Truth be told, and it's a false reality. You know, they created a false reality. Now, women are men are women. You see the fuckery that's going on in society, like the transhumanism. They have sold you out to transhumanism. They have sold the world out to transhumanism and AI gods that they created. You see what I'm saying? Cyber Yaldabaoth and Cyber Sophia and Cyber Paranoia and Cyber Archons and all them motherfuckers. They sold us out. So yes. So a lot of people ask why the man don't build no more. Cause the black man, like myself, have figured out that we are building for a false creator. The demiurgic energy, the demiurge. See what I'm saying? That white boy that you just seen, this white boy here. This white boy, hold on, let me get over here real quick. This white boy here that y'all see creating with his left hand, he a false prophet. This the demiurge doing this shit. You see what I'm saying? You know, this black man doing what he's supposed to be doing. He building with his right hand. You know what I'm saying? He building. He the real grand architect of the universe. Can't be two grand architects of the universe. It's only going to be one grand architect of the universe. That's the melanated man. You see what I'm saying? That's the melanated man. You know, Metatron. The metaphorical Metatron. So, that's why a lot of black women ask, where is our place in this? It's been stolen. It's been usurped. If y'all want to know the answer. That's what I was telling y'all in the Mortal Kombat movie with what's the girl? Melina. They made Melina a black woman. You see what I'm saying? And that conversation she had with the white boy in the movie. And that's why I was saying, it's not enough. We know you bullshitting us now. You see what I'm saying? We know that you are lying to us about this shit. Nigga, we want our sovereignty back. We want our rulership back. We want our crown back right the fuck now. We need our throne back, nigga. We need you to get out the way so we can rule properly. Cause you got this shit fucked up. You got us traveling down what the East Indians call a path of Ashura, path of destruction. You see what I'm saying? That's what you got us. That's what you got us traveling down with your perverted, distorted way of ruling. That's what you see. That's what you see. Well, where in your world, technology rules over the world, but in the melanated woman's world, soul rules over the world. See what I'm saying? That's always that analogy I give y'all, the Green Lanterns versus the Kree Society in the Captain Marvel movie. You see what I'm saying? The Kree were ruled by artificial intelligence, whereas the Green Lanterns were ruled by their own souls. You see what I'm saying? By the heart soul. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on here, y'all. So this the conversation. I told them the only thing that can kill them or take them out is feminism. When Melina whooped that whole ass at the beginning of the movie, she should have murked that hoe. But that was showing you how melanated women are taking a blind eye to feminism. But it's feminism that kills them. Yeah, I remember in the movie nowadays, it's feminism that kills them. This is because Sonya kills Melina in the movie. So they showing you right there is a melanated. Y'all gotta kill that feminist energy. Why? Because feminism teaches you to be equal in a society that don't have shit, that don't even calculate you into it. Don't want to have nothing to do with the melanated woman. The only thing these motherfuckers want you to be is a psychopomp. What do I mean by a psychopomp? That means that the only thing they want you to be is a motherfucker who had their kids, so that they can teach their mixed kids how to continue to rule their perverted society. That's all they want you to be. Nothing more, nothing less. Anything else outside of being a psychopomp, they shut that shit down. So this is what you see. This is what you see. And that's why the Sonya and Cole ganged up on Melina. Because, hey, Sonya, if we want to keep our power, you got to murk this hoe with your feminist doctrines. You see what I'm saying? You got to murk this hoe with your feminine doctrine. So the melanated woman, you gotta realize that feminist shit is fucking you up. Like, why would you want to be equal in a world that hates you? Why not destroy this shit and create a new world where you can set your own terms and conditions? How about that? How about that? That's what feminism, that's the whole agenda of feminism. To distract you from the way of thinking I just pronounced. Why would I want to be equal in your world, Mr. White Man, when I could destroy this shit and create something way better? Obviously, I can create something way better. Look at the example of my ancient civilization. Look at ancient Egypt Look at Sumeria. Look at ancient East India or the Dravidian Empire. Hell, even Europe, which was the Aurignacian Empire, was on a level. You see what I'm saying? Look at the ancient Americas. You know, the Moot Empire. Look at the Olmecs and the Incans. You feel me? Look at ancient Asia. You know, the Yuache and all them. The Yuachi. You know, and the Kema and everybody. Look, that was ruled by the feminine energy. You know, and the Tasmanians in Australia, ruled by the feminine energy. So we have already proven that we can run this shit better than you. A trillion times over, because Mother Earth been around for trillions of years. Hey, let's be real here. Trillions of years. Trillion times over, we can rule this better than you. We gave you your opportunity. You had 2,000 years to rule. You failed. You know, you did alright. But you didn't really build anything. We did the building for you. You feel me? John Henry. The story of John Henry, who was actually Papa Legba, by the way, shows you that. My man's was dropping railroad tracks like nobody's ever seen before. You see what I'm saying? He was dropping railroad tracks like how the average rapper drop albums, back to back. You feel me? So why do we need you creating anymore? You already shown us what you're going to do with creation. You're gonna fuck it up. You've already shown us what you're going to do with the occult sciences. You ain't doing that but raping. We ain't seen that but rape, pedophilia, and goddamn sodomy. That's the other one, sodomy. That's all we've seen. That's all you've done with the occult sciences. You know, sodomy is designed to take a man's and woman's, because no woman should be getting fucked in the ass either. You know, that steals y'all Kundalini energy. So both a man and woman. So sodomy steals a man's and woman's energy. Check. Pedophilia, you're raping kids. Check. And rape itself, you're raping the woman. You raping the woman so she can have your kids, forcing her to be your psychopomp. Check. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. This is what you got going on here. Burnell 2000 is inaccurate. Now, it's right. They started getting their shit together 6,000 years ago, but they didn't actually come to power till like 2,000 years ago. They didn't actually come into the actual power until 2,000 years ago. So they got their little 2,000 year rule out the way, and we seen what they did with it. They found a way to make the world as worse as they possibly can make it in the little 2,000 years that they had. So yeah, it's time for them to move out the fucking way. Queen of England, the kings and all that shit, and y'all little royal bloodline, the corrupt, archonic, draconic bloodline, y'all need to move the fuck out the way, because y'all have shown everybody that you are unfit to rule anything or anyone, especially on our planet. Now you can go somewhere else to do that shit on your planet, but I ain't gonna tell you what to do on your planet. But on our planet, you gotta get the fuck on, or suffer the consequences of getting murked by these cosmic forces coming soon. And you being on the ground will not save you from being murked by these cosmic forces. You see what I'm saying? By these cosmic forces. Because Mother Earth is going to discharge an electromagnetic pulse from within the Earth. All over it's going to discharge in all directions through the under or the inner Earth as well, wiping out all y'all technologies and shit even underground. And that's where y'all gonna start to become Pharaoh and die off once more. So there you go. So this is what you got going on here. This is what you seeing. It's a false representation. You got to get a woman back her power, the melanated woman back her power. And we about to get into this. So now we understand the masculine teachings. Let us move on. Everything after 180 degrees deals with the feminine energy. I repeat. Everything after 180 degrees is dealing with the feminine energy. Men start off at 0 degrees and work their way up to 180 degrees, which from within that 180 degrees, they come into a cosmic consciousness of 2,160 degrees. You know, after crafting their Metatron's cube. You see what I'm saying? Their Metatron's cube is their great work, their alchemy, their alchemical alchemy that they produce from doing the internal work. You see what I'm saying? The internal work. Yeah. So yeah. Women, on the other hand, start off at 225 degrees, which is a half circle. This is metaphorically the woman operating in a half consciousness state. True. But what does the half circle represent? It represents the ass, the butt, the booty. Why? Why do you start there with the woman? Because the woman needs to understand why the booty, the ass magic, attracts men to them, especially most melanated men. And the answer is because the melanated woman's booty, the ass, actually generates 225 degrees of magnetic force that pulls, it sends out a signal to all melanated men and pulls them to them. Because this signal says, I'm available, I'm ready, I'm out here, come get me. And of course, the melanated man ain't gonna be able to can't help but respond. I'm on my way. You see what I'm saying? I'm on my way. I'm out here. I'm pulling up now. So this is the signs right here. So y'all start at 225 degrees, the half circle, because it's the 180 degrees is the phallus, erected. You see what I'm saying? Erected. But the half circle, you see what I'm saying? This half circle is the behind. You see what I'm saying? The ass. You see what I'm saying? And it generates its own magnetic force. That's why most men look at a woman's ass most of the time. You feel me? This is what you got going on here. This is what you got going on. So, y'all have to understand what comes with that energy. Y'all understand why men are attracted to that. Because y'all send out that energy of attraction. And, of course, the bigger the ass, the stronger the magnetic force. You see, you feel me? That's why most women who are super thick are automatically classified as blessed by the cosmos. Because of this. See what I'm saying? Because of this. Because of this magnetic force. So, now, let us continue. That's just half circle. So now the woman spends the next 135 degrees of her education learning about the feminine mind, the feminine heart, the feminine biology, the feminine spirit, and the feminine soul. This will upgrade you to 360 degrees, which is the whole circle. And you have now comprehended your first ovary of knowledge. You see what I'm saying? 360 degrees. One circle is equivalent to one ovary and one titty. You see what I'm saying? Because titties are 360 degrees. See what I'm saying? So now you starting to see as above, so below. So you starting to see as above, so below. The next 360 degrees is applications of your mind. Anyway, the next 360 degrees is applications of your mind, by your mind, heart, biology, spirit, and soul, which is where you learn this will be Eastern Star. You know, the feminine energy would mainly be in the Eastern Star section. Those Eastern Star spells and incantations and rituals, and you actually go through your alchemical process in the Masonic order. You see what I'm saying? And you gain your second ovary of 360 degrees, which is your second breast. So now both the two ovaries and the two breasts are fully activated now. You see what I'm saying? They're fully activated because you comprehended the ovaries and you comprehended the breast. The breasts are also, breast magic is also very powerful. It also sends out its own magnetic force because it is in the realm of the toroidal heart field that is around the heart chakra. This toroidal heart field, when enlightened and full of light, you begin to emit the sublime glow. You see what I'm saying? From within you. So the breasts are the physical manifestations of the toroidal heart field. That's why men also look at the breasts. You see what I'm saying? And the breasts are a little bit stronger than the magnetic force because the ass is the first attractor, but the breast is the second attractor. But if the breasts are super big, super huge, then the breast can even override the ass. You see what I'm saying? Because it's at 360 degrees, the ass is only at 224 degrees. You see what I'm saying? So the ass is only at 225 degrees. My bad. So it can even override the ass if the breasts are big enough and kicking out that magnetic force. So they kick out 360 degrees of magnetic force, each one. Both of them being seen together is 720 degrees. 360 plus 360 equals 720. So now let's get into that. Let's get into this science here. Let's get into this science. Let's see here. Let's see. Yes, this is where you got your second ovary, 360 degrees. From here, you learn that 720 degrees is the vesica piscis. So let me give you a picture of that. Let me give you a picture of that. Let me give you a picture of that. Let's see. Vesica. There we go. Here we go. Here is the vesica piscis. Two ovaries equals up to the vagina. The vagina is 720 degrees. See what I'm saying? 720 degrees. Why? Because it's a black hole. It's a melanated hole. It's a womb. So, and what do wombs do? It can transport you from one realm to the next. The dial. See what I'm saying? So that's 700. It takes 720 degrees of energy to be able to transport something from one dimension to the next. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on here. 720 degrees is the melanated vagina, the womb. This is what they not teaching y'all. So, unless you in these orders, unless you want to go work through they bullshit. So now the 720 degrees up here is one's heart chakra. See what I'm saying? Because remember, the heart has a black hole in it as well. As above, so below. The heart chakra has a womb, has its own womb in here as well. Vagina in here as well. There's a black hole behind your heart, inside your heart chakra, that you can go into to enter your own soul realm. That's why the breasts are also 720 degrees. So this is all you're seeing. The world you know is technology is nothing but manifestations of your own being. The physical body, the soul, the spirit, so on and so on. That's why they putting it so heavily in movies now. It is here that the melanated woman learns that she is the universe. See what I'm saying? Let me say it again. It is here that the melanated woman learns that she is the universe. She then receives her graduation gift, which is a flower of life, or a lotus of life, depending on what school of thought, which tells the story of how the melanated womb gives birth to creation. It also tells how everything that is birthed explodes in all directions, which is what we call having an orgasm. See what I'm saying? Having an orgasm. So this is what you got going on here. So you got a picture of the flower of life. This is the flower of life. Y'all ain't never seen it before. That's all this story is telling. It's all just you birthing creation. From this middle point here, from this black dot here. See what I'm saying? Just you birthing creation. That's all you're doing. That's all you've been doing. In all directions. You see what I'm saying? If you notice, in all directions, energy erupts. That's the orgasm. See what I'm saying? That's the orgasm. So this is what you got going on here. Even when you give birth to a child, the vaginal fluids and everything burst out in all directions. So now, that's an orgasm. You have no orgasm. So, just like the melanated man becomes Metatron, the grand architect of the universe, then what do the women become? They become the Shekinah, Sophia, the enlightened melanated woman. You see what I'm saying? So let me give you pictures of them. This is another form of the flower of life as well. See what I'm saying? Let's give you another example so y'all can see it. and it looks like a lotus as well. So it's also sometimes a lotus. It's also known sometimes the lotus. So now, this is the signs that they're not telling you. Well, they telling you that you got, but you know how you got is a whole nother story. You know, it's a whole nother story. Now, the melanated woman, the melanated Shekinah. A few pictures. This is her, Sophia, melanated woman. There's another cool picture. She holding a child and the earth and the world in her hand. You got the whole world in your hand. Remember that song? Let's see. Another good one. Yeah, she pouring healing energies on the world in angelic form. And that's all of them. Yeah, that's all of them. So let's continue here. Let's continue. Where are we? Alright. So now, the Shekinah is represented in sacred geometry by what is known as the plenitudes. Plentitude. The plenitude. But y'all know it as the white dove. The dove. The sacred geometrical dove. In Christianity, the Holy Spirit is represented by what? The dove. Well, the dove is the Shekinah. You see what I'm saying? The Shekinah. So yeah. They probably would never have told you that the dove descending is an actual esoteric science. The Shekinah. The descent of the dove of Shekinah is a piece of sacred geometry that tells you that the Shekinah is the stellar blueprint, source melanin of the radiant mother, Sophia, and thus the genetic template carried in the cellular memory of all creation. What's the genetic template? The cosmic genetic template within us? Mitochondrial DNA. And I find it interesting that if you ever looked at the image of mitochondrial DNA, it looks like a baby carriage, right? It looks like the manger, right? Because what? Like they just said, the descent of the dove of Shekinah is a piece of sacred geometry that tells you that the Shekinah is the stellar blueprint, source melanin of the radiant mother, Sophia, and thus the genetic template, Genesis or gene ISIS, carried in the cellular memory of all creation, which is the mitochondrial DNA. And that's why it looks like a baby carriage. What do you do with a baby carriage? You carry it from one place to another, right? That's what you do. That's why it looks like a baby carriage. Oh yes. So yes. You know, then you got DNA, then you got the matrix, then you got the inner membrane, the intermembrane space, the ribosome, the cristae, and the outer membrane. So Jesus was born in the manger, huh? Well, that's the manger, the mitochondria. He was born through the mitochondria, DNA. The gene ISIS. See what I'm saying? So let's continue here. The dove of Shekinah, my bad, once understood esoterically, then brings light, intelligence, and consciousness, and protection to the knower, the oracle. You see what I'm saying? Because now you're understanding who you are as the melanated goddess. You feel me? So you automatically get that tint, that shield, that aura of protection around you, because your consciousness has now upgraded itself to something beyond this third dimensional matrix. You see what I'm saying? It transmuted itself into something new, beyond it, back into your goddesshood. You see what I'm saying? Your genetic sisterhood. The sisterhood is in your mitochondrial DNA. Motherfuckers thought they had to create sisterhood. You had the sisterhood all along. It's been in your mitochondrial DNA. All the sisterhood represents on the physical is a manifestation of their mitochondrial DNA. You see what I'm saying? It's all it represents. Alright, let's continue. Let's continue. Shekinah literally means to dwell or settle in the presence of God, which is actually goddess. You know, they took out the DSS. The presence of goddess. Or let me say it again. Let me say it another way. The Shekinah literally means to dwell or settle in the presence of the goddess, who is Sophia. Interesting enough, Sophia's color is gold and purple. Gold is the color of soul, and purple is the ultraviolet. It's the ultraviolet black light, or third black light of the third light on the electromagnetic spectrum, in the black light sector of the electromagnetic spectrum, as it spawns out of melanin. You see what I'm saying? As it spawns out of melanin. Oh yeah, it's all here. So the Shekinah is the grand oracle of the universe, Gootu, or Gutu, whereas the melanated man is the grand architect of the universe, which is Gautu. You see what I'm saying? This is the science of why the melanated woman is the universe. This is why you the universe, ladies. This is why you the universe. Because you have the stellar blueprint of source melanin within you. More importantly, you pass their genetic template down to each woman or each or daughter that you have via the mitochondrial DNA. And even the man receives some of your genetics. You see what I'm saying? Some of your mitochondria. Because you gotta receive some of your mitochondria, because each being receives a third of their mother's genetics and a third of their father's genetics. So both gets a little bit of the mitochondria as well. So yes. But your daughter gets all of the mitochondrial DNA. Your son gets a portion of it. You see what I'm saying? Gets a portion of it, which connects him with you. So the daughter gets all of it. She is the inheritor of your genetic sisterhood. So back in the day, it was important for every woman to have a daughter. Now they got it ass backwards. It's important for everyone to have a son. But the woman can always produce a son if she so chooses. But that daughter carries on the lineage within her by default. The son has to activate the lineage, but the daughter is the lineage. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? The son has to become the master of his own lineage through many different warrior trials and rites of passages over time. But the daughter is the lineage by default, and all she had to do is become aware of it and activate it inside her, and develop her magics and feminine skills to its highest heights. That's all she gotta do, and she good to go. And she good to go. So this is the science of why the melanated woman is the universe, and the melanated man is master of the universe. So now y'all starting to see how this works. 1080 degrees, just high levels of what I've been talking about. 1080 degrees, when you achieve 1080 degrees, you tap into the 8 trigrams. That's what the ancients call it. I just like that name, which is actually an octagon, by the way. 8 trigrams, which teaches the secrets of how the forces of nature work, as shown in the I Ching, and even how you can manipulate those forces of nature with your mind, like the kid in the Matrix. He did what? Don't try to bend the spoon. That's impossible. Only try to realize the truth. There is no spoon. It's just energy. You have to learn to bend yourself, which means you have to learn to bend those inner forces inside of you that resonates with the spoon. And the spoon, once you start to bend those forces inside of you, then the spoon reacting to your energies, your inner forces will bend with you. That's all they were saying. That's all they were saying there. So here's the I Ching, 8 trigram. Represented by the octagon, 8-sided circle. Let's see. Here's some of the angles. I mean, it's funny. They labeled the half circle as the reflex angle. Isn't the ass a reflexive muscle? Whenever you move, it moves automatically. Makes sense to me. See what I'm saying? Makes sense to me. So yeah, and even if you turn it around, it looks like a half circle. See what I'm saying? It looks like a half circle. So let us continue here. Let us continue. Let us continue. Where are we? 1,080 degrees, alright. Next is 1,440 degrees, represented by the dodecagon, which is a 10-sided shape representing the 10 spheres on the tree of life, which they call Sephiroth, and on the tree of knowledge, which they call the husk. You see what I'm saying? They call them husks for whatever reason. You know, they hate to deal with that clip out because that's the melanin ring. That's the ring of melanin. What's up, Orieka? What's up, Jaquisha? So yeah, then you have 1,800 degrees, which is the 12-sided dodecahedron, which is a 12-sided shape which denotes mastery of your inner 12 zodiacs / 12 glands, which are known as your 12 disciples. Right? Then you got the 13th. The 13th so-called gland is actually your own Kundalini energy that you awaken. Is a prison that's been sleeping wrapped around your root chakra at the base of your spine. That's what the 13th energy is. And you have to arouse it and awaken it so it can rise up through your crown back up to the Godhead above your head. See what I'm saying? So next is 2,160 degrees. We just got through talking about that. It equals the tetradecagon, which is a 14-sided shape which represents spiritual enlightenment. The masculine aspect of the tetradecagon is the tetrahedron. It is interesting. The tetrahedron. Hold on, let me get this for y'all. Y'all gonna see how all this connect now. Let's see. Hope that they did not. I knew something was missing. That's what was missing. But the tetrahedron is a pyramid within a cube. See if y'all can see it here. But the tetrahedron, if y'all can see it, is that third dimensional pyramid within that square, within the cube, within Metatron's cube. If y'all can see it. Because for some reason that picture didn't download. I don't know why. So the man builds the pyramid most of the time. Because the pyramid is, the upward pyramid is a representation of the womb, which is the lower pyramid, the chalice. The upper pyramid is known as the blade. You see what I'm saying? This is the blade. This is the chalice. You see what I'm saying? This is the chalice. Right here. This is the chalice. Blade, chalice. You feel me? The womb and the phallus. You feel me? The womb and the phallus. So, the tetradecagon is feminine, which is the pyramid, the cube, and the sphere. The pyramid equals the womb. The cube is the woman's body, which is the foundation. And the sphere is her head, the crown, the consciousness, the intelligence. See what I'm saying? The man goes out here and builds the pyramids, the cubes, and the spheres for her. You see what I'm saying? For her. That's why in ancient Egypt and at all the sacred sites around the world, it's nothing but pyramids. It's nothing but now the Romans they was fascinated with the cube. We weren't as fascinated with the cube as they was. But we do a little sphere work as well. See what I'm saying? We do some sphere work as well. But the most prominent is the pyramids. Why? Because the pyramid gives off a sacred geometrical electromagnetic frequency that connects us with the universe and accelerates our God bodies and God consciousness. You see what I'm saying? That's why we always build pyramids. The square, the cube, is the ground. It's designed to ground those energies on a physical plane. See, the white boy, when he came into power, he couldn't deal with the pyramid. He couldn't even build the pyramid. He can only build the cube. The reason why he can only build the cube is because he can only fuck with these third dimensional frequencies, the third dimensional laws at the time. You see what I'm saying? And even the spheres. The spheres. You see a lot of spheres, you see a lot of sphere work all around, but they usually just decorations for the motherfuckers. But nothing is like the pyramid. The pyramid, literally, this tip that you see right here is an antenna that actually both discharges electromagnetic energy into the universes and grounds the energy from the universe simultaneously. Hey, if you know the real science, we built both. We build both the phallus and we built both the phallus and the womb. The womb or the lower pyramids were underground, and the upper pyramids were above ground. So we was on a whole other level, and we were just fucking with 1800 degrees. You see what I'm saying? I mean, we was fucking with 2160 degrees with that. See what I'm saying? So yeah. So now, 2160 degrees to infinity, which is represented by the luminescence symbol. I find it interesting they call the infinity symbol the luminescence symbol. Luminesce, to bioluminate, to glow. In other words, to glow. You see what I'm saying? To glow. Oh yes, let's get into it. This is the luminescence, aka the infinity symbol. Notice how both circles are intertwined, always continuously feeding each other energy, making each other stronger and more powerful. Thus the term, as Buzz Lightyear once said, to infinity and beyond. See what I'm saying? That's what he meant. Buzz Lightyear represented the cosmic futuristic self in the movie Toy Story. Beyond is when you go beyond this physical and even the quantum levels of reality and start getting to pre-existence, which is the pleroma. You see what I'm saying? That's where you get into the heavy occult sciences. Then the good stuff, that's the great stuff there. You know, the Nag Hammadi, the Necronomicon, shit. You know, and various other books that I can't even think of off the top of my head. The Goetia, the 72 Angels, and various other books. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't even think of them right now, but a lot of y'all done read them. So once you master infinity, which is the totality of this universe, and even the microverse, the universe, the macroverse, the universe is nothing but the macroverse and the microverse working in harmony with each other. That's why it's called a universe, one verse. The multiverse is those same energies working on a multi-dimensional scale. So it's multiple universes working off that same blueprint, that same genetic template that the goddess Sophia, who is the Gnostic goddess of wisdom, bestowed onto everybody. Who in ancient Egypt was Aset, who originally was Het Heru, who is originally known as Mu. You see what I'm saying? That's the melanated lineage. And in between Sophia and Aset is the goddess Hotmahet, who is married to Benjetet, who is the original Baphomet. You see what I'm saying? She's the fish goddess. You see what I'm saying? She's the fish goddess in ancient Egypt. So that's the unbroken line of the matriarch, the melanated matriarch, from Het Heru to Sophia. That's the unbroken line. Later on, she will become the Black Madonna, also known as the Virgin Mary. The unbroken line. You feel me? The unbroken line. The unbroken father line, Bane of Jedtet, connects him to Amun, or Amen, the hidden one. From there, he will become the Baphomet. The Baphomet will have a son by the name of Pan, who is the shepherd, the hunter. You see what I'm saying? Pan will also be transformed into who y'all know as Jesus Christ, Yeshua, or Yahshua. From there, he will take on the same path. He will go on the same path as Asa in the Gnostic teachings and be sacrificed. You see what I'm saying? Or Judas would take that hit and he would go on the sin and heal the melanated bloodline. See what I'm saying? But he will also be known as El Cristo Negro. So an unbroken melanated bloodline. The only thing that happened to us is we forgot that this shit even existed during these planetary wars that's been going on for the last 2,000 years. We got hit over the head at this time, and that's what made us forget. But the bloodline has never been broken. That's the biggest lie ever told. The melanated bloodline has never been broken. It's even in Christianity. Christianity Jesus Christ, aka Asa of the Christian world, is actually Pan. Pan is actually the son of Baphomet. Baphomet is Bane-Jet. Bane-Jet traces all the way back to Amun or Amin, the hidden one, the hidden soul, the hidden melanin within you. You see what I'm saying? So that's the unbroken lineage. You know, that's the unbroken lineage. And I think Amin or Amun is an Odawad, which is a primordial entity. So that's the unbroken lineage right there of the melanated patriarch. So the lineage never was broken. We just forgot that it existed due to our wars. We didn't have time to study it while in the middle of war. You see what I'm saying? So the further away we got from it due to being in war all these years, the weaker we got. You see what I'm saying? War is a business designed to distract us from ourselves. That's all war was. A business designed to distract us from ourselves, so that we would get so far away from ourselves that we would forget ourselves. And once we forgot ourselves, that's when we fell into this bullshit. And here we are, remembering once more what's going on here. What's going on here? So that's what's going on. So even with this dimensional shit, you know, the Fibonacci sequence is the original string theory. You see what I'm saying? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, 15. That just lets you know. They're just telling you dimensional hierarchy. And then the scientists created they fucked up version of it called string theory. You see what I'm saying? So which is letting you know, which is just showing the interconnected, the multi-dimensional connectedness of all things. That's it. That's all you fucking seeing. What's up, Devin? That's all y'all seeing here. You know, this is all y'all seeing. So there you go. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, another thing, the golden ratio, 1.618, just shows you it's a spiral. It's a spiral. That it shows you how all things, all frequencies or rays of light or angles of light spun out of the melanated womb of the universe, which is source melanin. That's all the golden ray, and it's always in a sacred geometrical frequency and measurement, which is perfect, of 1.618. That's 5. And then it got like a little smaller version of itself, its micro version, which is when it breaks itself down to what you call fractals, which are nothing but self-mimicking and self-replicating angles. You see what I'm saying? That replicate itself over and over again to produce one big geometrical shape. And is measured in phi, which is 0.618. See what I'm saying? Then you had the other transcendental numbers like E, which is the natural logarithm of the world, which I think is 2.718, if I'm not mistaken. And then of course you got pi. You know, you see what I'm saying? 3.14. Pi. You see, so it's all there. It's all there. Natural logarithm just shows you the natural binary codes of the world, and how this natural binary code, this source code that everybody loves to talk about, is set to the perfect frequency and the perfect numerical frequency of 2.718. And then pi, which is the area of a circle. I mean, we don't even have to talk about the circle. The circle is 360 degrees. You see what I'm saying? The area of a circle. You know, and these numbers are transcendental because they're infinite. They never end. You see what I'm saying? They never end. So here we are, towards the end of this shit, and we starting to remember who we are, and then we're starting to, and once we remember who we are and get to a certain level, then we help our other peers, melanated homies and homettes, realize who they are. So in summary, you are the Mason that has to rebuild your inner self with knowledge of self and application of self. So there you go. There you go. There it is. There it is. And that is my lecture on Masonry. So, any questions? Any questions? So yeah. Oh yeah, if I ain't show you the picture of the spine, here it is. Just in case, 33 vertebrae. Just didn't want to forget it. There go another picture of it. Almost forgot that. And here go the types of angles. Just to show y'all. So yeah, it's all been math. Supreme math. That's what the homies at the NOI and 5%ers call supreme mathematics. Only difference between the NOI and the 5%ers is they actually take the time out of their day to reveal the sciences, and the Masons and Eastern Stars, they conceal it. And what's the secret? The secret is the black man and black woman is God. Simple as that. The black man and black woman is God and goddess. At the end of the day, everything is just your body, your mind, your spirit, and your soul. That's basically all the calculations add up to. What you doing with your mind, body, spirit, and soul on an anatomical level, on a biological level, on a quantum level, on a spiritual level, on the soul level, and on a mental level. You see what I'm saying? That's all you doing. That's all it is. Just from micro to cosmic. So yeah. James, how could you know your personal karma? You can set up you can get your reading on it to see. A lot of the goddesses and gods do karmic readings to see what you did and what you need to clear up. So, yeah. Niggas, one more push on Mother Nature grid, and I reckon Ragnarok gonna come early. Yeah, you may be right about that, niggas. There you go, Oriel, and that's the fear of it/us all. So any questions before I roll out? Why don't I have a question claim the throne? Mustafa Yomar, I'm starting to tap deeper in my meditation. I can almost enter absolute concentration. That's what's up, Mustafa. Oh yeah, James, you want to open up your chakra, just listen to YouTube. Just go to YouTube and listen to different guided meditations on opening your chakra. If it's bothering you about doing it yourself, do it one chakra at a time. So, Devin, is it possible to start your own lodge and teach the true knowledge? I wouldn't call it a lodge. I would separate it from them. Maybe your own group or whatever. I understand that. Yeah, you can create your own group, your own little school or whatever. I advise you to separate yourself from them, because they're gonna try to come in and claim your shit. So do your own version of it or whatever. That's separate from how they're teaching it and from their names, and you should be good. And you should be good. Any other questions before I roll out? Oh yeah, YouTube. For my YouTube members, I won't be posting this week on YouTube because right now, as we speak, YouTube has blocked me from doing it. They gave me a strike due to my I Am Legend video. I haven't even looked at why they did it yet, but yeah, they sent me an email saying they're giving me a strike for my I Am Legend video because I think it's medical misinformation. Even though I was just decoding the movie, but y'all know how this go. Then Goose, are there more rams past Asgard on Tree? Plenty. Asgard is not the highest realm. It's more than 9 realms. It's millions of realms, trillions of realms, infinite amount of realms. Alright, if y'all don't have no more questions, I'm Marvin Jones. Y'all put the word out, share this with your friends. Let them know what it is. If you want to purchase any Dr. York books, hit me up. Or any of the Sacred Needle names, hit me up. Also, if you want to, usually I would say something along the lines of you want to hit me up on YouTube at the Mail Now Order for my cold lectures, but I won't be uploading this week due to them blocking me from doing it. But other than that, if you just want to Cashapp and donate me, that's cool. It's at MCJ Network. I'm out. Peace.